Yo, you told me this was gonna transform me and it ain't work. Hi everybody, Dr. Jeff here. I wanted to continue our lessons this week with the keys to listening and communication, but I wanted to talk about engaging in conversations and what to display while people are meeting and engaging with new people. I know that you don't have anywhere to go right now, so this is a perfect opportunity for you to practice what it would be like to go somewhere and engage with somebody in a conversation. What we know in regards to conversations is that there are a few key things to look for when engaging with people. The first is body language. How is your body positioned within the conversation? How are you positioning yourself, and how are other people positioning themselves when they're having a conversation with you? So we created a few simple keys to understand how body language works in conversation. The acronym we went with is called SOFTEN, S-O-F-T-E-N. In SOFTEN, the S stands for smile. This is a nonverbal cue. If you're out and you see somebody at a networking function or something like that, and you're looking to engage with a conversation, the first thing that you should do is just smile. That starts the conversation off on a good note. Open your arms. So what you don't want to do is have your arms crossed or folded, which non-verbally means you are not receptive to what that person is saying. Also, you can pick up on subtle keys. If they have their arms crossed and you have your arms crossed, that means you're kind of on the same wavelength and page. If your arms are open and their arms are open, that means what's happening is receptive and people are understanding each other within the conversation. The next one is the forward lean. So we're leaning forward like this to continue the conversation. That lets you know that you're engaged and interested in all of those things. The T stands for touch. I don't recommend we do any of that right now in this day and age. We shouldn't be touching nothing. Air high fives, nods, Wakanda forever, all that stuff is what we should be doing right now. But they say that you should start a conversation off with a handshake and end it with a handshake. It also allows for you to disengage in the conversation at a point in time when you feel comfortable. E stands for eye contact. So eye contact shouldn't be forced. If you're not looking at someone in the eye, it may seem like you're disinterested. I know we've all had those conversations. I've had a few conversations with my friends where they're on their phone texting and not even listening to me or anything that I'm talking about. So they'll be like, yeah, right? So we want to maintain eye contact. And the last one is N. That stands for nod. So during different points of times of the conversation, when you are engaging with people, you want to nod in agreement. You don't want to nod the whole conversation because that's a little weird and it might make people disengage early, right? So you want to nod every once in a while that you agree with what they're saying, or that you find it interesting. Another thing to acknowledge and look for when you're in these conversations are clarifying questions. And you want to look for the free information given within the conversation. So if I tell you I'm reading a book, you can follow up with a clarifying question and ask me, well, what is it about? What are the main points of the story? What have you gotten out of it? Has it changed your life, or was it just an okay book? So there are follow-up questions that you can ask to keep the conversation going and keep people engaged in the conversation with you. You don't want people to leave an interaction with you on a bad note. You want them to feel good about interacting with you and say, hey, I like that person. Maybe I'll give them a job or something like that. Okay. So this has been Dr. Jeff. I just wanted to share these tips with you. Please look at the discussion post and the videos, respond to your classmates, and I hope you all have a great week. Bye.